Hello, Centennial families. These are the instructions for submitting photos to this year's yearbook, assuming that we remain off-site. Obviously, things will change if we are able to be back on-site, but until then, this is our plan. So there's two different categories of photos that we'll submit, portrait photos and generic yearbook photos. The process is exactly the same for submitting both sorts of photos. So we head to HJ eShare. And if you just Google HJ eShare, it's a lot easier than trying to type in this whole domain. When you get there, you need to enter the password Centennial, and it does need to be lowercase. Uppercase won't work. So all lowercase Centennial. And for non-portrait photos, and we'll talk about portrait photos in just a second, for non-portrait photos, using the hashtag YBookCMS on Instagram is also a way that you can get your photos into the yearbook. So we have different types of photos that we're going to be looking at. Portrait photos, if you didn't get one at school. Now, a lot of students got their portrait taken this year at Centennial towards the beginning of the year. And if you did that, you do not need to submit a portrait photo. But if you didn't get a chance to come out to school to get your portrait photo taken, then you could submit a portrait photo through the eShare app, and we'll make sure that gets in the book. You can also submit student life photos. Now, in the past, this used to be things like sports and assemblies and things going on around school in the hallways and at lunch. Obviously, things are a little bit different this year, but student life, the goal is to capture you as students living your life, even if that life isn't happening on site at school this year at this point. So anything that you've been up to during the school year, it could have something to do with the school, or it could just be what you've been doing. Sports, activities, going for hikes, playing outside, playing video games with your friends, whatever it is. We want to see images of your life. And you could also have pictures related to academics, things you've been doing related to school. Now, I know a lot of that's going to look like staring at a computer screen, which is okay. But if there's anything else you've been doing related to school that you want to show off, you can submit those sorts of pictures as well. We do have some deadlines, though. If you do need to submit a student portrait, if you did not have one taken at the beginning of the school year, I need those to be submitted by December 18, 2020. Those need to come in. Any other images, we have quite a buffer. Other images, student life, academics, those can come in on April 20, 2021 at the latest. Now I'm going to show you real quick the process for submitting those images. So the eShare site can be accessed through mobile or desktop. Just Google the term eShare or go to this domain up here. And right here, the school code, we're going to enter Centennial, making sure it's all lowercase, and then search. And now we'll have some options. You'll enter in your credentials right here. You do need to fill in this information. Apologies, it's a little bit tedious. First name, last name, email address, confirm the email address, and preferably a phone number. I think it might even demand a phone number. And then agree to the terms and conditions. If you have a portrait you want to upload, you can click here to upload a student portrait. These are due by December 18th. Otherwise, you can click here to upload any sort of general photos. And what those do is pass through to a management site that I, as a yearbook advisor, can access and then import into our yearbook design software. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. My email will be part of this message as well. Thanks.